I'm Haley Taylor, and you're listening to the Rough Draft Diaries. Last week on the Rough Draft Diaries, we talked to teachers and how they've moved their classes online. It's the perfect segue into today's conversation about the arts, as we're starting with Virgil Lupu, owner of the Forte Music School, a school where now all music lessons are available online. Virgil is very thankful for this, as the alternative was terrifying.
It really was devastating to imagine that everything you built could go under overnight, you know. But after that, we came up with all these plans, and again, we made it work. It's working very smoothly. Everything is happening online. Everybody works from home. At least this gives a little bit of normalcy to everyday life.
On top of being a music teacher, Virgil is also a violinist with the Toledo Symphony Orchestra, an organization that has also had to shift focus during this time.
Everything's on hold with the Toledo Symphony for now. I had some other engagements. There's a lot of stuff that's on hold, and I know, of course, other musicians that heavily rely on playing in different venues weekly in restaurants, bars, clubs. That is hugely affected. So we'll just have to see how long we're going to be in this situation and try to stay positive.
Yet another organization that has placed everything on hold would be the Arts Commission. Ryan Bunch, the communication and outreach coordinator, mentioned that they had big plans and a new vision for 2020.
And changing the way that we were engaging artists and creating opportunities through grants and some of those kinds of things. So all of that was sort of in full swing before we got to where we are now, which was kind of a weird halt, but evolution and continuation of some of those things.
One evolution would be grant money. As Virgil mentioned, many artists without a venue or an audience are without a job, without an income.
We initially made a pretty quick decision to take a portion of our artist grants fund that we would typically award for projects and merit awards and redirected that into an emergency fund. So we made $10,000 in grants available to help people, if they had bills to pay or rent due, that kind of thing. And we exhausted that fund within 24 hours of announcing it. So then that's just a testimony to how great of a need there is out in the community. And we're currently fundraising another $5,000 to send back out and direct grants.
Not only are artists experiencing a shift in financial concerns, but even a shift in the actual art they're creating. Adrian Lyme, a poet and artist, mentioned how his art making has changed.
I might have retreated inward. So the poems that I've been writing recently have been more personal, like love poems, more personal to one person. The paintings that I've been working on and edging toward, these are portraits of people I know. And I think a part of me feeling overwhelmed by what is craziness around us. And I think I've retreated back to what I really need in my life, which is love and affection, which is my children, my family, my friends. And I think that's at least my perspective. It's been that to just kind of focus inward rather than fight against a thing that I feel like I can't really fight.
Speaking of family, Adrian's wife, Johnny McIntyre, a poet and arts advocate, mentioned how her art has shifted perspective, but also about how the community has shifted perspective and how they consume and maybe even think about the arts in our area.
Look at how quickly, as soon as all of these restrictions started to go into place, how quickly people turned to the arts in order to deal with what was going on, in order to occupy their minds. I hope that people keep that in mind next time arts funding questions come up. Movies and concerts and music and writing, and they rush to the library to get books out before it was closed. It plays such an incredible role in our lives, and especially at a time like this when people are scared and they're searching and they don't know what to do with themselves. They want to escape a little bit or think more deeply or think in a slightly different way. And I just think it's profound how quickly everybody seized on the fact that, in Italy, people were singing to each other and playing music to each other. It unites us,
I have a privileged position as the host of an arts and culture show to notice firsthand the ways in which the arts affect a community. How musicians, painters, poets, actors, museums, orchestras unify and comfort the public. And maybe through this quarantine, you've been able to see that too. How life would look without the ability to share a concert with friends, roam an art gallery on a Sunday afternoon, or attend a matinee of a local play. It feels empty, doesn't it? So what do we do in the meantime while those things are still off limits? Well, I asked the artists.
Seriously, try to go outside. Go outside, change your clothes, have a shower, call somebody at 2 o'clock every day. Keep showing up for each other.
Keep in mind, no matter how you feel, that there is somebody out there. There are people who want to hear from you. To call someone or text someone or write somebody an email or something where we're all feeling isolated and we're all feeling, or it's tempting to feel alone. We're not.
Try to stay positive. Yes, the emotional impact is pretty high, but we'll come back. We'll pick ourselves up and stay strong.
I'm Haley Taylor, and thanks for listening to this episode of the Rough Draft Diaries.